Have you ever been really curious what was inside of a 50-pound mystery box from ThredUp? I know I was, and so I ordered one, and well, let's just say it was interesting. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark. So like I mentioned earlier, I ordered a 50-pound mystery box from ThredUp, and let me explain why I decided to do this. So if you've seen some of my previous videos a couple weeks back, I'll put them up here if you haven't seen them, but I did mystery box unboxings from Jomar. I did 3 boxes and they were interesting. There were some pieces in there that were really good. There were some pieces in there that were really not good. There was some pieces that sold really quickly, other pieces that are still sitting. But it was just a very interesting mix of things. And then the whole situation with Jomar happened where, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you've all seen it all over Instagram and all online. And then their website kind of shut down. And so that was kind of the end. That was the last I bought from them. So I was kind of looking for another place to get a mystery box just because that ended up being really good for me to get inventory the last time, just in bulk. And so I wanted to try a different place. And so many resellers talk about ThredUp. And they've talked about good experiences, they've talked about bad experiences, they've talked about all the different experiences that they've had. And so I wanted to know myself what it would be like. And not only did I want to buy a big quantity of stuff, but I also wanted to buy a mystery quantity of stuff. And all the boxes of things that were not mystery items that I wanted were out of stock, or they didn't have the specific box I was looking for. So this was a 50-pound mystery box of literally anything. And when I say anything, I mean anything. Stick around and watch the rest of the video and you'll see what I mean by literally anything. But anyway, so I ordered this box and it came very quickly. I was actually pretty shocked. It came within like a week. And the good thing about the ThredUp mystery box versus the Jomar mystery boxes were the ThredUp box did not have shipping. And I think that was because it was over a certain amount. But like the Jomar box, even though I paid a similar amount for the actual box, I had to pay $40 on shipping, which was kind of a lot, and I had to take that out of the cost of each item. But the ThredUp box had no cost of shipping, and it came to my door, and wow, it was really heavy. It was 50 pounds, so I was trying to carry it up the stairs. But yeah, so I opened it, and everything was kind of just thrown in the box. It was all clothing. And it actually appeared to be all women's clothing, but it wasn't like specified on the website. The listing kind of was like very vague. It didn't tell you any brands. It didn't say what they could be. It didn't say if it was going to be men's or women's. It was just kind of a generic mystery box. So I really didn't know what to expect, or if I was going to be able to sell anything, or if anything was going to be worth it. But let's get into the video and I'll show you what I got. Some things, like I said, very interesting, not really sure what to do with them. Other things I've actually already sold, which is crazy because I just got the box in the mail, I think like 4 days ago, and so I want to get this video up before more things sell. But yeah, let's dive into the box. I'm just gonna kind of go over at a large what I got. I'm not going to go into each individual item because I think I got 99 items in the box and I don't want to be here all day doing an unboxing. So I'm just going to kind of talk about like what brands I saw, what the conditions of the things are that I saw, what the sizing range of the things that I saw are, and if I think I'm going to be able to sell the box, sell each item, or if I'm going to have to, what I'm going to do with some of the items. But yeah, that's going to be today's video. If you're interested in that, stick around and feel free to subscribe for more content like this. Alright, so like I said, there was 99 pieces in the box, and I would say a good majority of those 99 pieces are going to be things that I think I could sell. Now, I don't think that all of them are really good brands. There are a lot of mall brands. For example, Forever 21. There is a lot of Old Navy, or Banana Republic, or like Loft. A lot of those brands that don't really sell well, and I actually always recommend not picking up. So it's kind of unfortunate that I got all those brands, but I think I could still sell some of the pieces that are those brands. It's just I'm not gonna be able to list them as high as I would, normal brands. And then the other observation I noticed is a lot of the pieces had a lot of flaws to them. So, and I, had to really look for a couple of them because some of them it was kind of hard to tell, but there was a couple pieces that were actually new with tags, which was kind of shocking because I didn't know I was going to get any new with tag items in the box. But a few of them had stains in the shirt or in the pants or in whatever, and I ended up having to like try and spot stain it, and that made it a little tricky because, you know, you can't stick it through the wash if it's new with tag, and so I kind of had to spot stain it and then see if it would come out. And I'm currently waiting on seeing if a couple pieces will come out. But, you know, so a lot of them had stains, which not something I would have preferred, but again, it's a mystery, you never know what you're gonna get. And then the other thing that I saw is a lot of them actually had, you know, flaws in terms of like the stitching, or there was a hole, or, you know, something like that. So I got a couple sweaters. I actually got a large amount of sweaters, and a lot of them had like little tears in the knit, or, you know, they had pulleys. And then there was another blouse that actually I looked up and it seemed like it was like a rare special edition piece, so I thought it was gonna be worth a lot. But then I'm like looking at the piece in detail, and like there was like really bad stitching flaws like on the arm and then on the back. I'll actually insert some pictures of it to show you what I'm talking about, but it was kind of disappointing to see that the item was very messed up, and I'm not even sure if I'm gonna really be able to sell it, because who's gonna want to buy a blouse that is, you know, that messed up? So I was a little bit disappointed to see that a lot of the items were stained or flawed in some kind of way, but I did expect that to happen just because it's a mystery box and you're getting a lot at once, so you don't really know. So yeah, so there was a lot of mall brands, there was a lot of items that were stained, and then there was also a lot of petite sizes, which again is not great. Petite sizes don't sell well for me. I don't, you know, no matter what I do, I just can't get them to move. And a lot of the times with petite sizes, I actually end up just donating them again because they don't sell. So I don't know how well these ones will sell for me. And again, because they're like basics, so they're not anything really special. They're not like special brands. So yeah, the petite sizes, not great. And then there was some interesting pieces that, you know, just kind of shocked me to get. So for example, there was one like really heavy winter coat that had like a insulation lining in it, and it actually looked like a really nice coat, and it was Eddie Bauer, which is like a decent brand. But I was kind of shocked to get a winter coat in the box, but also that took up a lot of the weight because the box went by weight. And so I'm sure that jacket right there was like, you know, a good portion. And then I got two long fancy dresses. One actually looks to be like a bridesmaid's or maid of honor or mother of the bride or something of that sort kind of dress, because it was from David's Bridal. And it was pretty plain, but I'm not sure if it was like altered or anything, so I'm gonna have to be really careful when I list that item, just because I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to do some measurements and make sure that the sizing is pretty accurate to what it says. But getting a dress like that was a little shocking. And then I also got a vintage dress that has a lot of beading and a really intricate detail on it, and it's full length. And again, it's really beautiful, but like I'm not really sure much about it, and if that kind of thing really will sell well, because I know for me, selling like gowns like that are a lot harder than like normal dresses or other pieces. So I'll be interested to see if those will sell. And then the next couple things that I got, one was like this vest. I'll insert a picture because again, it's hard to explain, and I actually already sold the item, but it's like a vest. And it was from Alice Through the Looking Glass, and it was like a Hot Topic exclusive Disney piece, and it was a very nice piece, and it had no flaws or anything. And I looked it up because I was very curious, like, was this a Halloween costume? Like, I didn't really know anything about it, so I looked it up, and I actually saw that one sold on Poshmark, new with tag, for $115, and so I was kind of like intrigued by that. I was like, ooh, can I sell this one for, you know, a good amount, because it doesn't have any flaws. It's not new, but it doesn't have any flaws. And I did more research, and ones that were not new with tag sold more like around $30 to, you know, maybe $50. So I listed it, I think around like $65 to begin with, and within like a few hours of listing it, I got someone that was interested in it. I sent them an offer for $55 and they accepted, and I was pretty shocked, but also I'm thinking maybe I underlisted it because, you know, it seemed like a pretty rare piece that like sells pretty quickly, and it was sold out on the website too, so I'm thinking it was probably worth more than I originally thought it was, but it was still interesting to get. And then I got a lot of like intimates, so I got a lot of like either sports bras or bralettes or like bathing suits or just regular bras in general. I got a lot of those kind of things, which I don't really sell a lot of, but I will sell on occasion. So it'll be interesting to see how I can sell those and if they will sell well, just because they're like, you know, smaller pieces. And then another item that I got a lot of actually was things that don't have size tags or brand tags or anything to describe the item. So this makes it a lot harder for me to sell. I would say about 28 of the pieces, I think I remember from my math that I did the other day, but I think 28 of the pieces did not have a size tag or a regular tag in them. They had no tags, nothing to distinguish where they were from, what the size was, what the material of the item was, nothing. And so these off the bat, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to list. I might have to do some kind of like mystery box or something like that. Let me know down below what you would do if you got a bunch of items that didn't have size tags or brand tags. I know sometimes you can kind of just put the measurements in the pictures, but like for me, doesn't always work, and I don't know if I want to go through listing 28 pieces with just measurements and say like they don't have a size tag, because a lot of times they don't sell for me. So let me know down below what you would do, if you would do some kind of mystery box or if you would just take the loss on those items and just redonate them. But yeah, so a lot of the pieces didn't have tags, which was a little disappointing. But I know I might have talked about a lot of things that seemed disappointing or things that weren't so good, but there was a couple pieces in there that were worth something. And like I said, I already sold 2 of the pieces, and there are some pieces that I think upon looking up the brands, I think they will sell pretty well, but again, I'm not really sure, so it's kind of all just like we're gonna wait and see. But the good thing with this is it did give me a lot of inventory to go through, and it did give me a lot of things to list, and I've been trying to list 3 things a day now, and I think that's really helping bring in more sales, so I think that's a good thing. And so yeah, I don't think there was any brands in there that really stood out that I want to kind of highlight, but I will say that there were some good pieces that I think will sell. There was a lot of, you know, the typical brands like Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein and stuff like that like will sell. They're just not like, you know, the best. And then the other thing I wanted to point out too is I did get a pair of Lululemon leggings in the box, and upon looking into them a little bit more, because I've kind of learned a little bit about Lululemon now that I've been selling for some time, and I've learned that, you know, there's a lot of fakes out there. You got to be careful when you get them. And so I was looking at the tag on the back, and it looked a little off to me, but I wasn't really sure. And so then the next thing I go to is the size number in the pocket. And sometimes if there's no size number, they're just like an older style, or, you know, you can go to the pull tag. And the pull tag was completely like worn and crumpled, and like you couldn't read it. And so then I was like, all right, well, let me just do my research. Let me ask some fellow resellers to see if they think these are real just by looking at the tag, because I'm still not an expert. It's hard for me to tell. And I got a lot of people saying that they were real, that they were fake, like all the above. And so I'm not sure if they're real or not. And I don't really want to list them as real because I'm afraid that like someone's going to buy them and come at me and be like, oh, they're not real. And, you know, so I'm afraid to list them. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume they're fake for now, and then maybe try to do more research and see, you know, what happens. But that would be quite a bummer if I got fake Lululemons in the box, because well, I didn't know that was something that I could get, and that's kind of disappointing to know that I'm like wasting money on something that's not even real. So that was quite disappointing. But overall, I think the experience of getting the mystery box was fun. While a lot of the pieces in the box I wasn't really thrilled with, and I don't know what I'm gonna really do to try and sell them, there are a lot of pieces in the box that I'm pretty happy about and that I will sell. And as far as ordering another mystery box from ThredUp in the future, I think I will give it another go, just because this was one box, and I don't want to judge the whole company just off of one box that I got, because I know every box is very different. So I would probably give it another go and see, you know, if I got the same brands, or if I got the same conditions of items, or, you know, what in the box. But after that, and it like if I got another box and it was kind of the same experience, I probably would not order again, just because I don't know if it would be worth it after that. But let me know down below if you've ordered from ThredUp before, and if you've had good things, or if you've had, you know, weird items that you don't know what to do with. And let me know if you've sold them, or if like they're still sitting. This box will probably take me a long time to get to and a long time to sell because I'm still trying to list things every day, and I still have a lot of items to go. But I'm curious if anyone else has ordered from them and what their experiences were like, because again, I think I've heard good and bad things. And so this experience was kind of like okay, and I don't know how long it's going to take me to sell everything, but I'm hoping that I can at least make the money back that I paid for the box. But yeah, that was my experience with ordering a mystery box from ThredUp. And so I, hope you'll stick around for the next mystery box I'll do. But for now, you can subscribe for more reselling content, and I put out weekly videos. So I hope to see you next week.